Hi guys, it's Maaike. I'm back with part 3 of using your pre-colored images, and I called it free and a bit because there was one card that I just couldn't live with. Here's one, that was alright, and here's the only ocean critters that I separated in the first video. Now I'm kinda looking what goes together, and I made a stencil with waves and a circle. It's kind of a design that I've used before, but I really like it. It's just a different way of ink blending, and because I'm using a mermaid, I'm using Mermaid Lagoon from Distress Inks, and I'm also swiping it because I have no interest in doing ink blending. And I like it. I mean, we're gonna distress it with water, so you know, the thicker the layer is with distress ink, the better the bubbles will show up. Now also I have some seaweed or algae die cuts that I thought I can just dot along the edge. And I was gonna spray some sparkle spray, and then I put the stencil upside down and I got smudges. Yeah, that's the downside of using a vellum stencil. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to try and cover up all the splotches, I guess. Yeah, not what I intended. And I'm just using Happy Birthday, and I'm putting it a little bit to the right because of the mermaid's tail, so that evens out the image, although the tail doesn't reach quite that low in the end. And this, by the way, is Happy Birthday by Stephanie Bernard from Sizzix, and it's old, from 2014, so don't know if it's still available. Any stamp set that you have will do, of course. And yeah, I want to put a seaweed on, but I thought I'd do some ink blending on it because all my images are nicely shaded. And I used Forest Moss Distress Inks, but it almost didn't even show up, so I didn't even bother with the next card. Yeah, I think that's the darkest green Forest Moss. So. And then I just gluing and foam taping all the images. And if you have the marker, you could color in the little white space in between her arm, but I don't have the markers, so I didn't. And that was card number 1. And for card number 2, I die cut some waves. And I also thought to give it a little bit more shading. And I made the waves going in different directions, one to the left, one to the right. But I didn't like it. I really didn't like how it was blue. See, the camera ate a bit of the footage, but I used the vellum stencil again to give me kind of a silhouette of the palm trees. And I switched to white waves, which I'm gonna ink blend blue, so that you have the froth on the top of the wave that's white. And I thought that looked better. And I'm just turning them to size of my card base. And then putting some foam tape so I can tuck the images behind the waves. And here I made another mistake. I put it on a slant, so now you can see it. So I'm just thought I'll trim the card base and make it a little bit narrower. No one will be the wiser. But then I put the waves way too high up. Or I should have die cut another wave. Or what I did is actually trim the bottom of the card as well. And then make it a really weird size card. And this, by the way, is the card that I remade because I don't like it at all. Now I'm tucking in the swimming seagulls and a seal and a narwhal. And I didn't stamp a sentiment. I wanted to do happy birthday there as well, but because of the foam I didn't want to risk it, so I thought I'd just do it on the inside or something. And I'm just tucking in the seagulls and the narwhals. So I still have a few things left. And yeah, I'm not gonna use that one again because it might splotch my image. But I have this stencil that I made with just different nesting circles, and I think they look like bubbles. So I'm ink blending tumbled glass distress inks, and I'm going from the bottom right corner upwards, so there's a shadow. And I didn't like it enough. Yeah, so I'm also using Salty Oceans a little bit to reinforce the color. And then I'm picking up my Sharpie. It's a white Sharpie, so I'm putting in a little bit of a reflection, like it's a shiny bubble. And it's hard to see because the tumbled glass is very light. So here as well, I'm sticking down the seaweed and the narwhal. They're kind of the same color. That's quite cool. And the turtle I like too much, so I don't want to use him. And I know I had another, what is it, squid or octopus? Or actually I think it's a jellyfish. So yeah, this one doesn't have that many layers, so I did use a sentiment from Sam's stamp, It's Your Birthday, and it just says happy birthday. So you have quite a few balls left actually, and I felt like I've been making cards for 1 hour and a half by now. A little bit fed up with it, but while I was looking for the other circle, I found 2 of these glittery circles, so I thought I could use that as a focal point for my watercolor magical dragon. This is from MFT, and the leaves kind of means love in Dutch, from Nelly Snellen, I believe it was. It's also really old. And a random heart. These are foiled. And I'm just sticking it on. And I figured I still have the pirate with the anchor. And well, the one that's a little bit Halloweeny. And I came across this dragon again, so I just stuck it on there, even if it doesn't go, but it's fine. And this one is the one that I'm going to destroy now and then rebuild in 2 different cards. And here's one of them. So much more me, my style. And yeah, so I peeled them off already. They're still a little bit tacky, and so I use my embossing buddy to get the stick off. And then I have some really thin blue linen type of paper, but it's kind of see-through as well. I wonder if it's vellum. I couldn't really tell, but it's blue. It's supposed to look like the sea. and I knew I had more seagulls, so I thought they would look nice like they're sitting on a dock. That's why I chose a brown kind of strip. And then I thought I cut it down after, but to center it I thought it was better to cut it to size before. So I went off to look for the stem set. That's the Seaside Seagulls from MFT, my favorite things, and I wanted to emboss it with white, but then I kind of liked it with just the VersaFine on the tone on tone, and also it was slanted, it was crooked, and so I had to redo it anyway, and then I decided not to emboss it anymore. It looked straight on the grid, but it didn't look straight on the paper. I don't know what happened. So I left it tone on tone, and I'm just gonna mount it with some foam tape, just so I can tuck these swimming seagulls behind it. And then the one that has legs, I'm gonna make him stand on the dock. And if you have die cuts like the sun die cut or clouds, you can always stick them on as well. I just trying to use up what I have already die cut and colored, and you know, I didn't have any. But I like it empty. That's probably why I didn't like the other one at all. So I heat set it off camera, and now instead of at the bottom I'm gonna put it at kind of 2/3 up, and I'm using the grid of my paper to make it straight, and then I'm reapplying the glue that I just detacked. And yeah, the turtle's not going on there. I like him to be on a card by its own. I'm gonna have to think about it. And well, here are the cards I made in this video. So thank you for your patience, and I hope you enjoyed watching them. I still have a few balls with images left, but I think 3 episodes is more than enough. I might finish them. I'm not sure if I will do it on camera, but anyway, thank you for watching. And here, I hate it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.